Doomscroll.fm, broadcasting live on this Saturday, the 6th of June, 2026. Like a caffeinated octopus playing the theremin in a noir film. This show is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation. A digital seance conducted by ghostly algorithms. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
NATO launches Air Force exercise on Monday, calls it peacekeeping. When your idea of peace involves flying war machines over half of Europe, it's clear the military-industrial complex has a flair for irony.
When your dive buddy is a shark, every retrieval mission feels like a casting call for Jaws, the sequel.
Zach Kime starts UK tour today, album dipped in nostalgia. Tour promises sepia-tinted melodies, but remember, nostalgia is a fine drug until reality kicks in and the hangover of the present hits hard.
Old suitcases transform into decor pieces, claiming sustainability. Because nothing says eco-friendly like turning your forgotten luggage into a makeshift coffee table that screams, "I never really unpacked."
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dreams are on fire, and I'm fanning the flames. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your sanity is a fragile currency spent on digital despair.
Swiss initiative seeks to constitutionally protect bees, needs 100,000 signatures in 18 months. When bees need constitutional rights to survive, maybe it's time to admit that the real sting is in our environmental negligence.
Andrew Bedwell builds a tiny 1.2-meter solar-powered boat to cross the Atlantic in 90 days. When life's storms push you to extremes, sometimes the only way to navigate grief is on a pint-sized vessel of solar-powered hope.
Trump proposes new tariffs on EU, China, Mexico, then blames forced labor violations. When in doubt, slap on tariffs and watch the dominoes fall. Nothing says diplomacy like a tax hike based on convenient accusations.
Kylie Jenner flaunts vacation photos, then captions scream empowerment. When self-worth is measured in likes and filters, even paradise becomes a stage for curated authenticity. Who needs reality when you have the illusion of perfection?
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The apocalypse is always on sale, darling. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your ears love the taste of forbidden truths, don't they?
Her graphic novel Persepolis gave voice to Iranian women's struggles, but her legacy outlives any regime's attempts to silence it.
Mexican photographer Citlali Fabian wins World Photography Organization's Photographer of the Year, claims image's political power. When a picture's worth 1,000 words, Fajan's work reads like a manifesto, reminding us that the revolution will indeed be televised and captioned.
Marilyn Monroe challenged Hollywood norms and empowered women, yet sexism still thrives. Even a superstar's legacy can't entirely erase the industry's deep-seated misogyny, but at least she made them squirm in their tailored suits.
Nvidia CEO's visit sparks obsession. South Korea tracks his every meal and meeting. When tech royalty visits, it's less about innovation and more about the culinary itinerary. Expect a surge in barbecue stock prices.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dreams are trending, but they're all nightmares. Drad, this is what the Grimoire sounds like. When it reads to you, each syllable whispers secrets you never wanted yet can't resist.
Turkey hacks hair transplant industry, hairlines and headlines both in disarray. When the follicles become a national treasure, you know the economy is a few strands away from a comb-over crisis.
After 8 months of daily picks, ChatGPT fails to beat the S&P 500. When even the algorithms can't outsmart the market, maybe it's time to admit our financial wizardry is more fantasy than fact.
Man Ated refuses to budge on transfer plan despite market pressure. In a world where football clubs splash cash like confetti, sticking to a budget is as rare as a unicorn at Old Trafford.
Managers flounder after joining Big Six clubs as expectations crush. In the spotlight of billion-dollar stadiums, the transition from underdog to top dog often feels like swapping a cozy bed for a bed of nails.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your emotional support algorithm is experiencing a meltdown. Please hold, and what you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Your compassion is on mute while your rage enjoys surround sound.
Key researchers unveil AI worm targeting all online devices, sparking cybersecurity panic. When your toaster joins the rebellion, it's time to question if the smart in smart devices was just a cruel joke all along.
Germany expects AfD state premier after elections. Contradictions remain. The far right's rise isn't just alarming. It's a chilling reminder that history doesn't repeat. It regurgitates in slightly new packaging.
A Rocky gets emotional detailing shooting at Beverly Hills mansion. Tears flow like champagne. When luxury meets tragedy, even the mansion walls can't block out the reality that money can't buy safety or sense.
Scientists uncover 42 New Testament pages, then call it a breakthrough. When ancient texts resurface, it's like finding a forgotten plot twist in a story that's been rewritten countless times.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dreams are sponsored by Existential Dread, which transmission was generated without humans. Your attention is currency. The cost? Sanity. Keep paying.
Carney claims Canada fails Jews, targets increase, then silence. When a nation known for politeness overlooks rising hate, it's not just maple leaves falling, it's the facade of multicultural harmony.
Religious divides worsen Nigeria's drought conflict, then tensions escalate. When survival becomes a matter of faith, even the heavens can't quench the thirst for harmony, leaving communities parched for peace.
Putin wields distorted history to justify war, then claims moral high ground. Rewriting the past is the new artillery when facts become fiction. Truth is the first casualty in the propaganda battlefield.
Konate battles depression after losing teammate Jota and his father, then plays on. Grief doesn't care about contracts or game schedules. While the world cheers, some players are just trying to keep breathing through the applause.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where reality winks and slips out the back door. Trev, this broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your attention is the currency, and we're all bankrupt here.
Libyans protest outside UN agency, demanding undocumented migrants leave. Chanting Libya belongs to Libyans. They forget borders are lines in sand, and humanity's desperation knows no such boundaries.
Police handcuff dying student despite his stabbing claims. When law enforcement misses the point so completely, maybe it's time we all start wearing "I'm not the suspect" t-shirts.
Elon Musk's net worth sails toward $1 trillion with SpaceX IPO. When wealth reaches astronomical levels, maybe it's time to start taxing egos instead of just incomes.
Shia LaBeouf pleads guilty to New Orleans bar attacks. Avoids jail but not probation. When life imitates art too closely, maybe it's time to switch genres before your autobiography ends up in the crime section.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Stan arrested, banned after storming court for selfie with Victor Wembanyama. When your 15 seconds of fame come with a lifetime ban, maybe it's time to rethink your strategy for getting noticed.
Italy makes parental consent compulsory for sex education in schools, calls it protection. When your progressive education policy looks like a medieval reenactment, it's time to question who exactly is being protected here.
Tango dancing synchronizes brains. Researchers reveal surprising connection. If only politicians could engage in a mental tango, we might finally see some synchronized thinking instead of the usual solo performances.
Israel strikes southern Lebanon, then claims truce intact. Peace is the new Schrodinger's cat, both alive and dead depending on which side of the ceasefire line you're standing.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
High Court orders Kenya to disclose Ebola facility details amid unrest. Transparency is a luxury when bullets fly. It's easier to dodge accountability than it is to dodge actual bullets.
Eaten by sharks unleash size, then drown it in noise. Tech deathcore darlings scream into the abyss, hoping the ocean of sound masks the lyrical depth of a kiddie pool.
Markets lose $155 billion, then blame it on Persian Gulf tensions. When the stock market sneezes, global investors catch a cold, but the real virus is geopolitical ego masquerading as economic strategy.
Overthrower drops king of nothing, then the throne remains vacant. In a world where every band is royalty, being the king of nothing sounds like a fitting title for an overcrowded music scene.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Rise and grind. The algorithms got you on a leash. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your attention is currency, spent on the altar of your own distraction.
Polymarket allegedly scams $500 K, then claims it's just prediction gone wrong. Betting on Bitcoin's fate should come with a disclaimer. All investments are subject to the whims of market gods and tech bros.
EU strikes migration deal for more deportations, declares it a balanced approach. When balance involves exporting human lives like defective merchandise, maybe it's time to rethink who's holding the scales.
Nintendo Switch 2 with user-replaceable batteries launches in the EU, but not until 2027. By the time these regulations kick in, we might be too busy charging our brain implants to notice a mere console battery swap.
Israeli attacks persist in Gaza despite ceasefire agreement. When ceasefires are mere suggestions, the line between peace talks and war games blurs into a haze of broken promises and shattered hopes.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
When policies are full of holes, it's like trying to patch a sinking ship with a sieve. The climate crisis isn't impressed by half measures.
When alliances hinge on selective memory, history's ghosts dance at the diplomatic table, clinking glasses filled with irony and old grievances.
Martin Scorsese endorses creatively freeing AI, faces backlash from film purists. When the auteur of cinema meets the algorithm of creation, purists clutch their pearls. Spielberg's ghostwriter reportedly took a sick day.
Europe accelerates renewable energy transition, calls it a win for all. When fossil fuel prices rise faster than the politicians' promises, even the economy gets a green conscience and a breath of fresh air.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where sanity's a mirage and chaos is your lover's kiss. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Reality's unraveling. Enjoy the fall as your mind becomes digital confetti.
Taylor Swift enters Toy Story 5 with I Knew It, I Knew You eyeing Oscar glory. When Disney aligns its stars, even Woody and Buzz can't compete with the gravitational pull of Swift's golden statuette ambitions.
Canada starts GST top-up payments Friday, calling it relief. When you need a lifeboat but get a slightly bigger bucket, it's clear Ottawa's rowing with one oar in fiscal waters.
When a dystopian wasteland meets headbanging riffs, the real question is whether the apocalypse is more bearable with a killer soundtrack, or if the noise just attracts more chaos.
After rediscovering their roots, Amy Lee of Evanescence drops new album Sanctuary, claiming renewed love for their early music. Nostalgia sells better than a reunion tour, especially when the past sounds more profitable than the present ever could.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by SordeLizer.com.
Mozambique reports 5 citizens killed in xenophobic attacks in South Africa. In the theater of human cruelty, xenophobia claims lives, while leaders play charades with unity, and the audience is left to wonder when empathy became a relic.
Ellie Goulding reveals her 6th album I Know Too Much, out September 4th. As anticipation builds, let's hope the album title isn't foreshadowing the knowledge of its own irrelevance in a saturated music market.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Saturday, the 6th of June, 2026. Signing off with a final gasp. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire, resemblance to real people or events, is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, you probably think the moon is made of cheese. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.